the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la.
What can I say about the kooky spooky Addams Family clan that you haven't heard a zillion times before? Well, for a start, they were brought into being by electrifying an alpaca in a bathtub full of jelly and custard using an Eternian cosmic key. You know, the musical portal opener thingy from Masters of the Universe. Didn't know that, did you? Something else you won't have experienced before is a dramatic recital of old Baggy Pants McHammer's Addams Family Groove theme tune. Let's kick it. They do what they want to do, say what they want to say, live how they want to live, play how they want to play, dance how they want to dance, kick and they slap a friend. Now I was called cooling, you know, just kicking it round the house, when a knock and a voice, yo, can Hammer come out? Now I don't mind being a friend and showing a little bit of flavour, but Wednesday Pugsley Gomez Festa, man, them some strange neighbours. They do what they want to do, say what they want to say, live how they want to live, play how they want to play, dance how they want to dance, kick and they slap a friend. The Addams Family, they do what they want to do, say what they want to say, live how they want to live, play how they want to play, dance how they want to dance, kick and they slap a friend. The Addams Family. I remember the day I needed to borrow a little bit of pepper. The next thing you know, coming at me was a hand with the fingers high-stepping. Now I tried to play it along and act like I was having a ball, but what do I see? A perm with feet, standing about 3 feet tall. Speaking and thinking about the Addams, you know the Hammer is with it. Act a fool, no Bone Swoop Goofy and Randy, you know we kick it. Now is the time to get in your mind. It's okay to be yourself. Take foolish pride and put it aside. Like the Addams, yo, they deaf. They do what they want to do, say what they want to say, live how they want to live, play how they want to play, dance how they want to dance, kick and they slap a friend. The Addams Family. Addams too legit. Addams too legit. The Addams Family. You know what I'm saying. The Addams. Oh yeah. Addams too legit. Talking about the Addams now. Addams too legit. Yo, take me to the bridge. Thank you, Fester. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is the Addams Groove right here. Ha ha. Addams. Yeah, yeah. Addams. Just like that. Addams. Oh yeah. I'm telling you, I saw the hand thing, man. It's the Addams. Yeah. Thank you, Fester. I needed to get back to the bridge again. Thank you. Thank you. Now check this out. Cousin It got in the flow, and he got to wibbling and wobbling, and he did this cool new turn movie hat. Everybody backed up. You know what I'm saying? He backed them up. Speaking and thinking about the Addams Family. They don't hurt anyone. They just like to have fun. That's quite enough of that nonsense, Mr. Hammer. You had a lucky escape there. That was the abridged version. 72 repetitions of the chorus normally make it 3 hours long. Now you're fully acquainted with our slightly eccentric undead neighbours, let me explain what it is you're watching. This is a deep delving excavation of all the crucial scenes that served as inspiration of Ocean's licensed Addams Family game, presented side by side with the relevant elements of the original Super Duper Nintendo iteration. A tall order, I'm sure you'll agree. This is precisely why I'm paid the big bucks. With permission, long play footage was kindly provided by Mr. Norbert 1994. Cheers, pal. Some levels are undoubtedly pixelated translations of the movie sequences that take place in, for example, the conservatory, courtroom, graveyard, kitchen and foyer, while others are entirely ad-libbed, so to speak. You won't find an Arctic tundra, rabbit warren or underwater segment in the movie, for instance. On a similar note, Granny's Furnace gave rise to an entire level without anyone so much as setting foot inside it in a Ryan Pictures rendition. Well, you wouldn't, would you? You might singe an eyebrow. Ouch. Ocean's Game is loosely based on the plot of the 1991 movie starring Raul Julia, Angelica Houston, Christina Ricci, Christopher Lloyd, and some other people I can't remember the names of. Sorry. I'll let the back of the Amiga box take it from here. Morticia has been kidnapped! Uncle Fester has lost his memory and has fallen under the spell of Abigail Craven, a conniving character who is anxious to lay her greedy hands on the Addams family hidden fortune. Having recruited a misled Uncle Fester and assisted by her cohort, Tully and the Judge, she manages to capture and imprison the other members of the Addams family within the huge Addams mansion. Only Gomez can save the day, by freeing his son Pugsley, his daughter Wednesday, and Granny, and by restoring Uncle Fester's memory. Accomplishing these tasks is daunting enough, but Gomez must seek out Morticia in the underground vaults of the Addams mansion, and confront the evil judge in a kooky and spooky climax. That's kind of accurate, in that the movie revolves around convincing Gomez that fake Fester is his long-lost brother and has returned home to be reunited with his estranged family. As heir to the Addams family's vast treasure trove vault, if he can inveigle his way into their trust and affections, it's his, and his mother's, for the taking. It turns out that fake Fester is actually real Fester with amnesia. Before it's too late, he comes to his senses and turns the tables on his exploiters, to take his rightful place in the loving embrace of his deranged, macabre kith and kin. Just Morticia is kidnapped in the movie, not the entire posse, it should be noted. If you're familiar with the movie, you'll recall that the only baddies out to get the Addams family are human. Unless of course you count the judicial system as an enemy. This would hardly have been sufficient to populate an expansive and varied platformer, so you'll notice that, with the exception of Judge Womack, all the opponents you face are of the non-human kind. I'm not counting Abigail among these, as she's a witch in the game, and not much nicer in the movie, as it happens. I'm also choosing to ignore the knights, which may have humans inside them, levitating and meditating Hindus, clowns, or any other humans that make my point null and void. It would simply take too long to rephrase this paragraph now, on account of it not making sense, and I really can't be bothered. So no. Two enemies, the masked, axe-wielding statue and the sentient polar bear rug, were plucked straight from the movie's graveyard and mansion scenes respectively. However, the vast majority of the remainder are purely figments of Ocean's imagination, with little to tie them back to the silver screen. In some cases you'll see a foe brandishing a weapon used by Pugsley, Wednesday or Gomez in the movie, whilst the sprite itself is novel. Look out for the throwing daggers, cleaver and executioner's axe. Well, only if you want to, it's not command or anything. You may have already switched off, in which case I'm wasting my breath. More literally transcribed, Gomez's choice of weaponry certainly has its origins in the movie. He's a keen golfer and a fencing aficionado, hence the golf ball projectiles and sword fighter's foil. At no point in the movie does he don go faster trainers and sprint across a gaping chasm full of lethal spikes. Artistic license, you know how it goes. I'm sure you get the gist. I'll leave the video and my previous retrospective article at everythingamiga.com to explain the rest. Thanks for watching, you strange unhinged creature. And don't forget, the Samaritans are only a phone call away. Be strong, you can do it.
I would like to leave this city. This old town don't smell too pretty, and I can feel the warning signs running around my mind. And when I leave this island, I book myself into a soul asylum, 'cause I can feel the warning signs running around my mind. So here I go, I'm still scratching around in the same old hole. My body feels young, but my mind is very old. So what do you say? You can't give me the dreams that are mine anyway. Half the world away, half the world away, half the world away. I've been lost, I've been found, but I don't feel bound. And when I leave this planet, you know I'd stay, but I just can't stand it. And I can feel the warning signs running around my mind. And if I could leave this spirit, I'll find me a hole and I'll live in it. And I can feel the warning signs running around my mind. Here I go, I'm still scratching around in the same old hole. My body feels young, but my mind is very old. So what do you say? You can't give me the dreams that are mine anyway. Half the world away, half the world away, half the world away. I've been lost, I've been found, but I don't feel down. No, I don't feel down. No, I don't feel down. Don't feel down. Don't feel down. Don't feel down.
Street gang, this is Leviticus 21:9. We are at point 0062. Roger that.
Impact is imminent. Impact is imminent. Impact.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
He did the mash,
he did the monster mash.
the monster mash.
It was a graveyard
He
smash.
did the mash,
It caught on in a flash.
he did the mash.
He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast. The ghouls all came from their humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrode.
They did the mash,
They did the monster
the
mash.
monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
did the mash,
It caught on in a flash.
they did the mash.
They did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun.
In the shoot
The
ball,
party had just begun.
in the shoot ball,
The guests included Wolfman, Dracula and his son. The scene was rocking, all were digging the sounds. Igor on chains, backed by his baying hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker Five.
They played the mash,
They played the Monster Mash.
the monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
played the mash,
It caught on in a flash.
they played the mash.
They played the Monster Mash. Out from his coffin, Rex's voice did ring. Seemed he was troubled by just one thing. Opened the lid and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist?"
It's now the mash,
It's now the Monster
the
Mash.
monster mash.
And it's a graveyard
It's
smash.
now the mash,
It's caught on in a flash.
it's now the mash.
It's now the Monster Mash. Now everything's cool, Drax a part of the band, and my Monster Mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them God is sent.
Then you can mash,
Then you can Monster Mash,
the monster mash.
and do my graveyard
Then you can
smash.
mash,
You'll catch on in a flash.
then you can mash.
Then you can Monster Mash.
Monster mash,
You in?
monster mash,
Mash.
monster mash, monster mash, monster mash, monster mash.
Hey Tom, it's Bob from the office down the hall. It's good to see you, buddy. How have you been? Things have been okay for me, except that I'm a zombie now. I really wish you'd let us in. I think I speak for all of us when I say I understand why you folks might hesitate to submit to our demand. But here's an FYI, you're all gonna die screaming. All we wanna do is eat your brains. We're not unreasonable, I mean no one's gonna eat your eyes. All we wanna do is eat your brains. We're at an impasse here, maybe we should compromise. If you open up the doors, we'll all come inside and eat your brains. I don't wanna nitpick, Tom, but is this really your plan? Spend your whole life locked inside a mall. Maybe that's okay for now, but someday you'll be out of food and guns, and you'll have to make the call. I'm not surprised to see you haven't thought it through enough. You never had the head for all that bigger picture stuff. But Tom, that's what I do, and I plan on eating you slowly. All we wanna do is eat your brains. We're not unreasonable, I mean no one's gonna eat your eyes.
Hey, wait a minute. You don't mean this, right? Just kidding, right? Just kidding. I know it's a joke. I'm laughing, right? You're losing your head. I'm losing my head. They do what they wanna do, say what they wanna say, live how they wanna live, play how they wanna play, dance how they wanna dance, stick and they stop afraid. Addams Family. They do what they wanna do, say what they wanna say, live how they wanna live, play how they wanna play, dance how they wanna dance, stick and they stop afraid. Addams Family. Now I was cool, just kicking it around the house. When I knock, and a voice, yo, can neighbors. They do what they wanna do, say what they wanna say, live how they wanna live, play how they wanna play, dance how they wanna dance, stick and they slap a friend. Addams Family. They do what they wanna do, say what they wanna say, live how they wanna live, play how they wanna play, dance how they wanna dance, stick and they slap a friend. Addams Family. I remember the day I needed to ball a little bit of pepper. The next thing you know, coming in me was a hand with the fingers I stepped in. Now I tried to play it on off and act like I'm having a ball. But what do I see? A perm with feet, standing about 3 feet tall. I'm out of here. They do what they wanna do, say what they wanna say, live how they wanna live, play how they wanna play, dance how they wanna dance, stick and they slap a friend. Addams Family. They do what they wanna do, say what they wanna say, live how they wanna live, play how they wanna play, dance how they wanna dance, stick and they slap a friend. Addams Family. Speaking and thinking about the Addams, you know the hammer is with it. Act a fool, no bones, swoop. Goofy and Randy, you know we kick it. Now it's the time to get it in your mind. It's okay to be yourself. Take foolish pride and put it aside like the Addams. Yo, they dead. That's a family. They do what they wanna do, say what they wanna say, live how they wanna live, play how they wanna play, dance how they wanna dance, stick and they slap a friend. Addams Family. They do what they wanna do, say what they wanna say, live how they wanna live, play how they wanna play, dance how they wanna dance, stick and they slap a friend. Addams Family. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, this the Addams Groove right here. Ha ha. Yeah. Just like that. Oh yeah. You know you got to feel this thing. They do what they wanna do, say what they wanna say, live how they wanna live, play how they wanna play, dance how they wanna dance, stick and they slap a friend. Addams Family. I'm telling you, I saw the hand. Thing, man. I saw what they wanna do, say what they wanna say, live how they wanna live, play how they wanna play, dance how they wanna dance, stick and they slap a friend. Addams Family. That's the Addams. Yeah, thank you, Fester. I need you to go back to the bridge just there. Thank you. Now check this out. They do what they wanna do, say what they wanna say, live how they wanna live, play how they wanna play, dance how they wanna dance, stick and they slap a friend. Addams Family. They do what they wanna do, say what they wanna say, live how they wanna live, play how they wanna play, dance how they wanna dance, stick and they slap a friend. Addams Family. Cousin Nick got on the floor and he got the wiggling and wobbling and he did this cool new perm move he had. Everybody backed up, you know what I'm saying? He backed them up. I'm talking about the Addams. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the Addams. Speaking and thinking about the Addams family. They don't hurt anyone. They just like to have fun.